5 things, guys. 5 things that I've learned since doing Facebook Live. I've been doing this for, let's see, my lives, I think I've been doing this for over a year, and the ears are just for giggles, okay? I don't need those today, just trying to catch your attention. So, 5 things I've learned. I actually have a lot more, and I might do that in another video. I'm throwing my notes right up here where I can see them. So, top 5 things that I'm going to start with today that I've learned since doing Facebook Live. Let's bring this down a little bit. Not that far. My notes decided they're not going to play nice, so I'm going to hold them in my hand. So I'm going to start with number 5, okay? So if you've been thinking about going live in your videos and you're not quite sure, you know, you're kind of scared. I know, I've been there. You kind of have this kind of sick feeling anytime you think about it. It's like public speaking. You don't really like the idea of doing it, but maybe you know you need to start telling your story. Maybe it's a trauma story. Perhaps you have had some kind of healing battle, a spiritual battle, and you've come out on top and you just want to kind of spread the news about that. Now you can start by blogging, you can start writing your story as well, but sometimes you just want to go a little bit further, and that might mean you go live. And you really get a really big audience, really, when you do it with a live, because you have so many people, more people that you can share this with. And that's why I enjoy this. I can touch lives of people from my area here in the great state of Indiana in the USA to people across the world. I mean, across the pond, India, England, Australia, even further down. It's crazy and it's been wild. And I really have enjoyed making new friends and new connections, and it's been wonderful. It really has been. Now, so we're going to start off with the top 5. Okay, so top 5 things I've learned since going live. The first one, number 5, you may have dry mouth or a drippy nose. So always have tissue and always have a bottle of water, which I don't have right now because I'm not planning on being there that long. But sometimes you might have a dry mouth. You might have a, hi, thank you. You might have, get a little coughing fit, allergy season. I am notorious for always having to blow my nose. Okay, and there's going to be another one coming up too, which my next is number 4. It's going to relate to this, but always have some sort of tissue. Maybe you get caught up if you start doing guests. You might get caught up in your guest story. They might have a very inspiring story, and it can lead you to tears. It could help you, trigger you, and you start, hi, Miss Brianna. You start remembering different things that might have happened for you in your past. So tissues is a number 1. Also, I am notorious for when I have to blow my nose. You might see me do this. I might do this, or it's not uncommon if you look at my past videos that you'll find me doing that. So again, tissue is my number 5. And again, water in case you have a cough, dry mouth, or something like that. So I had that on hand. Number 4. Number 4 is know your software. The ins and outs of your platform is so very important. I started trying to do this. My very first Facebook Live was actually with a gal named Helena. And with that, give me just a few seconds. And this right here, this little guy, this cute little guy here, oh, he's going to be shy now. He's also going to be in one of these, something that I'm going to mention. So my very first time, and this is going to be on my also number 2 that I'm mentioning, we tried doing, hey, Miss Tracy, we tried doing the Facebook Live. At that time, I had an older camera, and it just wasn't working. So for our dry run, she looked like this. I was sideways, and then I couldn't stop laughing. So do a dry run before. Know your platform, what it is you're using. If you have new technology with your phone, maybe I have a new phone, relatively new now. I didn't know the ins and outs, so try to practice. Start, by the way, also a great tip that I've learned from the Lightbeamers community. Hey, Miss Jamie and Jamie's amazing with her videos. She does a lot of great makeup videos. I've learned a lot from her, and yeah, she's the bomb. But if you are looking to maybe grow your lives and learn how to do more, Lightbeamer Community is amazing. It's also, it's a free community. I will put the link for the group down in the comment section a little bit later, but also just to know it's free. It's for not only business people, it's not only for writers, but it's for anybody that really wants to start bringing a life to their videos or learn how to do videos. So it's a really great platform. Anyway, so know your software, know the ins and outs. Now, Again, with the drippy nose, I had a time where I did StreamYard. StreamYard is relatively new for me. Oh, you are so welcome, darling. I love your videos. And for that, I didn't know all the buttons, all the ins and outs, and I'm still learning, but I had to blow my nose so bad with one of my guests. I mean, I'm talking, I had bad allergies and cold at that time, so I'm like, trying to, but trying not to make it obvious that I'm sniffling up. And so, you might see me float out of the range, or again, do the thing where I'm going down and trying to blow my nose. But now I learned there's actually a button I could push and zip me out of the broadcast. Didn't know that before. So if you look at some of my past videos, you'll see me maybe doing some contortions there, or just kind of zipping out really quick. Yeah, I know it's really silly, but if I would have known my platform, if I would have known about my buttons, these things that were in that platform, it could have saved me a lot of scrambling, blowing my nose. But also to do a have your own, going back, have your own, hey girl, thank you for watching. Oh, let me go back. Sorry, you kind of just kind of made me forget. She has got some amazing videos too. Now, going back, have notes too, but that's not on here. That's not part of my 5. But know your platform. Try to do your own private group. Nobody has to know. Nobody has to see what you are doing. Just keep it private. Then you can do the practice. You can do things like this. You can critique it, because I encourage you to look at your past videos to see how many ums, how many ahs. And I am notorious for repeating the same words over and over again. I might say repeat a gazillion times. Over. Yes, and I don't know why, but I do that. So that's number 4. Know your software and know the ins and outs of your platform and also your technology. Number 3, check your calendar. And not only check your calendar, but double check your guests. I've had times where I schedule an appointment with a guest, and then the day of or the day before, I'm ready, like, hey, I do a check-in. This is another thing. I check with them and say, hey, are we still on for tomorrow? And they might come back and say, oh, was that this week? Oh, I thought you meant next week. It's just crazy. So check with your guests. Make sure that you double check with them. Now, I've had it where I've double checked with my guests. Now, if you remember, I did this great big a video where I had, oh my goodness, I think I had like 16 to 18 guests lined up, but only 12 or 13 showed, even though I went ahead and I confirmed with them. There was a lot of frantic scrambling, which no one knew about in the background. I was furiously typing. You might hear that in the background. And what are you doing, sweet pea? Okay, well, give me a second, okay? You might see me scrambling, saw me writing, typing furiously. It was side gigs to earn extra cash. Well, in that one, it was crazy. First of all, that was the first time I ever did a back-to-back guest spots. It was nuts because I had everybody lined up with their schedule. I gave everybody a schedule. This is what time we're going on, and you're going on, hey, blah, blah, blah. And so, I had everybody at 10 minutes. And they had 10 minutes to go ahead and give their gigs, because it was going to be a 3-hour broadcast. It was long. So everyone had their times, and then people stopped showing up. There was people that I confirmed again, and they didn't show. And so I was scrambling to find other people to fill in the time, so I wasn't just like, oh, so blah, blah, blah. And I just did a lot of ad-libbing on that day. I had people that were waiting in the waiting room for StreamYard, and I just pulled them on. They're like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'll jump in that spot. So thank goodness I had awesome guests that day that did show up. They're all awesome anyway. But they went ahead and jumped right in and helped me out with that. So again, confirm and double check, because life does happen, things happen, emergencies happen. You don't know. Get a phone number if you have to, if you can't get a hold of your person. But also number 2, do a dry run before the big day. Now, again, with my very first guest that I had, we did that dry run. I was sideways. She was not. and it was kind of crazy there. So do a dry run. I was able to get my laptop, and so we were able to work it out. I couldn't do Zoom. For some reason, I couldn't do Zoom. And again, with my phone and my tablet that I had, I didn't have the little guest icon to bring somebody on board with me on my Facebook Live. Don't know why, probably an older tablet or something. I didn't have that. So number 2, again, was do a dry run before the big day. Now, number 1, expect the unexpected. So now I got to tell you, what do I mean by that? Those snafus that you have where maybe a guest hasn't showed up, perhaps you have technology, even though you did your dry run, perhaps you have technological issues. There's Mr. Miniman down there. Perhaps, like in my case, you'll hear roosters crowing. You might hear me or see me run off screen because there's a hawk in the area. There was a video that I have where I abruptly just left my seat. It's like, there's a hawk, and I didn't want them to get my chickens. So hey, Miss Sarah. So I hurried up and I dashed. I don't even know if I ended the broadcast, but I just dashed outside to tell everybody, hey, there's a hawk. Let the dogs out. So expect the unexpected when you do a Facebook Live, okay? Kids might all of a sudden need snacks. This little guy here needs something from me right now. He's being very patient, and he's waiting for me to do this. I've had hot flashes. My guests have had hot flashes online. There's phone calls. There's private messages that might pop up when you're doing a Facebook Live. There's company that sometimes, I think I had a video where I had company come over and I had to cut it short. There was, oh my goodness, there was weather interruptions where it's been so windy in the area that I'm in right up here. It's sometimes very loud. We have slate roof and some of them have popped. So you might hear that. Hey, Miss Jill. Also, oh gosh, we've had electrical outages. We've had internet outages. I've low signal. So there are definitely a lot of different little things that I didn't know jumping into this that was like, oh my gosh. But you try to remain calm. You try to prepare as best you can. And you know what? Things are going to happen as they happen. It's just the nature of the beast, I suppose. If I had a more professional kind of background stage and so on and so on, then it probably wouldn't be so bad. But, you know, again, that's with me. And again, your guests might experience internet loss, or perhaps they might. We have ears here. In my private group for Hope When There Was None for abuse victims during the month of October, I found these super sweet headbands. So to make them laugh and make them smile, I had headbands that I would do on our mom. You're so silly. On our mom's night in. So it was just something to bring a smile. And we still play with them, as you can tell. So those are my top 5 things that I've learned since doing Facebook Live. Now, I do have more, and I will come on board probably next week. Things have been kind of crazy in our household. If you didn't see my video that I did, and kind of a plea, and thank you so very much, you know, Miss Kate, Teresa, Tammy, oh my goodness, and my sister Ashley for coming out and, you know, giving me those phone calls and checking up on us and checking up on Jess, and her friends are amazing. They came forward, and V, Trace, Blake, Crystal, Gabby, they came forward to help her out and give her some moral support that she needed for her tribe, from her tribe, somebody about her age. And again, thank you for those that have been praying for us and for health, and as well as Jessica's situation. Things are kind of on the, we know we're taking it day by day. We've had to do a total 180, or is it 360? And on our life. And so things are a little bit crazy here. I've had guests planned, but I think I'm going to have to take a break from doing that in so many of my lives, because now I'm also the babysitter. We are babysitters now. So our schedule's gone a little wonky. Everything's gone kind of sideways, but you know, we're going to roll with the punches, and I know God's good and He's got this. But anyway, that's my top 5 things that I've learned since going live. Again, I will put that link for the Lightbeamers group. If you are interested in maybe doing your own lives, I can't recommend that group more. So thank you for watching and tuning in. If you have any other questions, I am still going to do my abuse video. I don't have the time for that right this second. I might do it later this week, but things again are kind of hairy. I am working a little bit more than I anticipated this week, and that's okay. I'm glad I can use the cash right now. But so I will be back on the Hope When There Was None. If you know, this is kind of a big mishmash of everything. If you know of a victim, of a survivor, somebody in a domestic violence situation and they need help, if they need someone to talk to, I am still readily available. So if you're wondering, Melinda, you have a crazy life right now, I do, but I always have time for people. So as long as I don't have a migraine or if I'm feeling well enough, no problem. I got your back. I can pray for you if you need prayer requests, anything like that. So message me privately. This is Melinda signing off. Thank you again for watching. Me and Mini Man. Say goodbye, Mini Man. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.